2017, at this very place, I and the former President of South Africa, His Excellency Jacob Zuma, had the privilege to attend another business forum between our two countries. Indeed, these two business fora demonstrate our resolve for a deeper economic cooperation between our two brother nations. Before I proceed with my remark, allow me, on behalf of the government and the people of the United Republic of Tanzania, to once again extend a very warm welcome to Your Excellency and my dear brother, President Ramaphosa. I also commend you for your decision to come with this high-level business delegation. In this regard, I would also like to warmly welcome my brothers and sisters from the South African business community who have come to meet their Tanzanian counterparts in order to discuss and explore business opportunities between our two countries. Kindly feel at home, for indeed Tanzania is your second home. Your Excellency President Ramaphosa, distinguished participants, this business forum comes at a point when our two nations are fully committed to the furtherance of our economic cooperation. It is an evidence fact that in the past, our nations were brought together by struggle for political liberation against apartheid. However, since the return of the majority rule in South Africa, our nations are now directing their attention towards economic liberation. In my humble opinion, this must constitute an overarching mission, not only for two nations, but for the whole of Africa. This is important because even our political liberation will make no sense if this mission remains unaccomplished. For we shall remain dependent on the economic power of nations. Therefore, as a friendly and brother nations, we must direct our efforts towards economic liberations. That is only directions left ahead of us, and we have no other choice. As such, this business forum must bring us together in view to diverging on implementation concrete strategies for a more profound operations in the domain of trade and investment. Indeed, our shared history has taught us to work closely. Let us continue in the same direction. Your Excellency President Ramaphosa, honorable readers, distinguished participants, South Africa is our major economic and business partner. Statistics can attest to this fact. In 2018, the volume of trade between our nations amounted to $1,108.2 million, where Tanzania imported goods and services with $437.2 million, being an increase by 5.3% compared to $515.152 million in 2017. On the other hand, the export value from Tanzania to South Africa accounted for $743.02 million in 2018, being an increase by 6.8% compared to $699.791 million in 2017. Based on this statistics, South Africa ranks second among the leading country destinations of Tanzania's export, with a 16.7% share of all our export commodities. In the same vein, more than 70%. The main exports from Tanzania to South Africa include minerals, especially gold, cotton, tea, tobacco, wheat flour, simsim, coffee, cereals, spices from Zanzibar, fruits, and vegetables. On the other hand, Tanzania's major imports include various types of machineries, electric equipments, beverage, sugar, rubber, cosmetic, detergents, decor, plastic, and transportation equipment. Apart from that, South Africa has a total of 228 investment projects in Tanzania with USA dollar $860.05 million, availing 21,075 employment opportunities, making it the 13th largest investors in Tanzania. Your Excellencies, President Ramaphosa, honorable leaders, distinguished participants, a quick assessment of the few statistics that I have just presented attest to the strength of our cooperations in trade and investment, and that this cooperation has been growing year after year. Furthermore, the balance of trade between our nations is yet another indicator of our close cooperations. Certainly, these achievements are ascribed to our long-standing diplomatic, political, and economic ties. Despite this achievement, a lot of trade and investment potentials remain unexploited. In fact, if we fully utilize all the available opportunities, our bilateral trade and investment cooperation would attain a new and unprecedented height. The industrial sector presents a major investment opportunity which is full aligned with the visions of the current 50th government. It is a fact that in our country, the level of productions of manufactured goods is still very low. And so, is it contributions to the nation's gross product, GDP, it is actually less than 15%. Therefore, as a nation, we are determined to promote the manufacturing sector by encouraging the establishments of industries that add value to our products with a view to cutting down the amount of primary goods exported out of our country and finished goods imported from abroad. We want to fabricate textile from our cotton to process meat. Actually, Tanzania is the second largest amount of animals after Ethiopia. To fabricate leather materials using our livestock, to process fish from our ocean, lakes, rivers, and ponds, to produce sugar and edible oil using our locally available produce, and etc. Our ultimate goal is to reach a stage where we can process all our primary goods and eventually abandon the current practice of exporting raw material from our country. Exporting raw material means you are also exporting jobs. In line with this above argument, I recognize that South Africa is one of the major buyers of minerals and precious stones from Tanzania. We invite you to build mineral smelters and refineries in order to add value to the mineral product prior to the exportations. I'm certain that you have the necessary technology and the donors are open for the door are open for investment in this area. And I'm really assuring you the door is open and will continue to be open for this area. Of particular importance is that the issue of investment in pharmaceutical industries. Our country, and I believe this is the case with the other SADC countries, spend a lot of foreign exchange for importations of medical supplies. I have mentioned this during our discussion with President Ramaphosa. This is due to lack of pharmaceutical industries. At present, our medical stores department has been given the mandate by the Global Fund to procure medical supplies for all SADC member countries. It is, however, unfortunate that 94% of the medical supplies are imported from abroad. We have failed to fully utilize this opportunity due to industrial backwardness. We thus invite all serious investors from South Africa to invest in industrial sector, including pharmaceutical industries. Our major focus resides on industries that utilize the locally available primary goods. It goes without saying that South Africa is far more advanced in terms of industrial technology compared to many African countries. So the room is there for you. It is therefore important and useful to share experiences and utilize the available technology to develop the industrial sector in Africa, and more so in the SADC sub-regions. Your Excellency, President Ramaphosa, ladies and gentlemen, tourism is another area with huge investment potentials. For those who might not be aware, Tanzania ranks second in the world in terms of number of tourist attractions behind Brazil. However, these attractions have not been developed and fully utilized to contribute the right share to the GDP. It is in these recognitions the government is undertaking a concerted effort to promote the tourist sector by focusing on all tourist circuits: the northern, the southern, and the northwest circuit. For instance, we have recently established 3 new national parks in the northwest circuit, and another one is due to be established in the southern circuit. Efforts are also being undertaken to develop beach tourism along the coast of Indian Ocean, with a coastline covering 1,424 kilometers. Measures are also underway to develop sports, culture, and historical tourism. In this regard, we call for investors from South Africa to invest especially in tourist infrastructure, including hotels, camps, transport, and etc., both in the mainland and Tanzania. Connected to this, I would like to propose to the distinguished participants, if time so permit, please visit some of our tourist attractions. Do not only for the enjoyment, but also for exploring and identifying areas for investment. Your Excellencies, it is clear that South Africa has made great strides in the field of motor assembly. When I came to your country during the inauguration ceremony of my brother, His Excellency Ramaphosa, I was able to see myself the advancement you have attained in motor assembly technology and how you encourage your people to purchase vehicles assembled in South Africa. In fact, I did not see old vehicles causing noise and air pollution on the road, especially for those roads which I used during the time when I was in South Africa. We also invited serious stakeholders or business people from South Africa to establish motor assembly industries in our country. The market is huge and readily available. Actually, it's really unfair to buy a car 1,000 kilometers from Dar es Salaam than to buy cars just a few kilometers from South Africa. Your Excellency President Ramaphosa, honorable leaders, I have so far pointed out some investment opportunities available in our country. At this juncture, I deem it important to explain very briefly effort being undertaken by the government to create a conducive environment for trade and investment. First and most importantly, the government has established a new ministry specifically responsible for investment under the Prime Minister's